school fees for secondary schools. He made the remarks this morning while overseeing the opening of a secure examination container in Machakos town.
19 isolated cases of suspected malpractice have been formally recorded across Nyanza, Rift Valley, and Eastern regions that have been reported to me as at the 6th of November 2025. These incidents primarily involve the misuse of electronic devices, unauthorized materials, early exposure, and impersonation. These centers have received formal neck warning letters requiring compliance reports by Monday, 12th of November 2025. The government maintains a policy of zero tolerance to malpractice and irregularity and all criminal activities. All reported breaches remain under active multi-agency investigation, and appropriate sanctions, including result cancellation and possible center deregistration, will be enforced in accordance with the NEC Act. Working alongside the Ministry of Interior and disaster response teams, we have established temporary collection points, enhanced security escort routes, and deployed helicopters to ensure all examination materials reach their destination safely and on time.
Moving on, residents and public transport operators in Busia County are breathing a sigh of relief after 5 traffic police officers accused of extorting motorists along the Busia-Kisumu highway were arrested. The long illicit run by the officers came to a dramatic end following a sting operation by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission officers, which saw the 5 arrested and detained on serious graft charges. The crackdown comes after months of public complaints from motorists who accused the officers of harassment and bribery, turning the busy highway into a cash minting zone. EACC has since warned that the days of corrupt officers harvesting where they never sowed are officially over.
Sisi wamefanya kazi nzuri kwa sababu hizi roadblocks zilikuwa zimeshakuwa mingi. Kila pale unapata roadblock, kila pale unapata roadblock, na ukiangalia vitu wanaangalia hakuna hata vitu za maana wanaangalia kwa gari. Unapata gari imepita imebeba excess, wanasimamisha roadblock hapo, kazi yao ni kuchukua hiyo pesa kidogo kidogo, hiyo ya shilingi 50 kwa magari.
Lakini kitu naweza sema kwa barabara hii iko na changamoto mingi sana. Iko na changamoto mingi sana. Na ukifuatilia kwa kama mambo ya hongo inaanza juu ikirudi chini. Na sisi wasafiri kuna mahali nafika paka tunafinywa, uwezi ukaongea kitu ndani ya gari.
Naunga mkono kwa maana ni kama ndio hobi yao, ndio tabia yao ya kuchukua hongo barabarani, lakini mimi siwezi laumu maafisa wa polisi peke yake. Na laumu pia wateja na pia wenye magari, conductor na dereva. Kwa maana mteja anaona gari imejaa, yeye anajisunda ndani anajaa kabisa. Na Wakenya nao wanaogopa kwenda polisi. Sasa polisi anaposimamisha, utaona sasa pesa inaanza kubadilishana mikono.
Is that human rights groups have condemned the government for remaining silent as Kenyans continue to be killed and tortured in foreign countries. The activists, joined by families of Kenyans allegedly killed or detained in Tanzania, are demanding the immediate repatriation of the body of John Okoth Ogutu, a Kenyan teacher shot dead in the aftermath of post-election unrest in Tanzania.
President, please come out and assist us. We need to put a closure to this as a family. We are tortured emotionally, psychologically. Things can't move on. We are tortured. We are appealing for the body of John. Because as at now, we have evidence that John was killed in Tanzania. We are appealing for that body to be brought home.
These conditions essentially produce the conspiracy theories. It produces the concerns that not only have there been massive human rights violations, but also there is a massive cover-up that is happening at the moment. Unverified yet are concerns around disposal or mass burials of bodies. And I think, without access to some of these locations and safe access, unfortunately, the conspiracies and the concerns will continue.
Kenyans working in Tanzania must not be scapegoated by an administration that has violently suppressed civic space. We stand in solidarity with the people of Tanzania in their struggle for human rights, freedom, and dignity. We call upon the governments of Kenya, the African Union, SADC, the East African Cooperation, and the United Nations to act decisively and protect Tanzanians, Kenyans in Tanzania, and other foreign nationals.
Switching gears to matters politics, Jubilee Party leader and former President Uhuru Kenyatta has called on party members to desist from using abusive or divisive language and engaging in politics of insults. Speaking during a grassroots party meeting in Thika, Murang'a County, Uhuru was accompanied by Deputy Party Leader Dr. Fred Matiang'i, urged leaders to focus on popularizing the party's policies and ideals rather than getting drawn into political attacks. The former president also called on the government to involve Gen Zs in the country's transformational agenda, saying their energy and creativity are crucial in driving Kenya's future development. These remarks comes amid heightened political rhetoric, with several politicians trading insults and abusive language in recent days.
Na ndipo muliona nikienda nikasema hata kama tumeshindana na wakina Raila na wengine, jameni, wacha tushikane. Kwa sababu tusiposhikana tutaendelea na huu uhasima, na huu uhasima huwezi kutusaidia na huwezi kutusongesha mbele.
Don't lose hope. Our better days are coming, and we will cross the bridge after the elections, and we will go forward and continue this journey of building a great country, and together we will go to the destination that the Lord wants us to go.
Still in the corridors of power, new, especially smaller political parties have spoken out against what they describe as a government plan to weaken them and remove them from political registration. Speaking in Naivasha, the leaders made these remarks following the general elections of Political Parties Liaison Committee, PPLC, where they signed a cooperation agreement to protect their rights and ensure equality in the management of politics across the country. They also called for a review of the allocation of the political parties fund, describing the current formula as skewed, which they say adversely affects their operations.
For us as a team, we feel that our desire, our cause, our vision, especially for the small parties, we feel that our cause is not yet lost. We need all the voices to be heard. And we want to commit ourselves today to confirm that our commitment for multi-party democracy is still alive. We will come together as political parties. We will stand and hold each other's hand, especially as we prepare for 2027 elections. We want to reassure the country that we, as political parties, we, as leaders of political parties, we still believe in democracy.
Today we are forming an opposition body where we are going to safeguard the parties.
Yes.
We did not lose because we are weak. We lost because we stand for the right thing.
Kwa kuungana kwetu venye tumeungana leo, tuna hope, tuna tumaini, na tunajua kila chama sana sana hawa emerging watalindwa na watasimama pamoja. Kwa hivyo tushikeni pamoja na nyinyi wa Kenya wenzetu.
Switching gears from politics to matters agriculture is that Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe has called on political leaders to stop using tea prices as a tool for political gain, saying the challenges facing the tea sector are technical and require sound policy solutions, as well as measures to improve crop quality. Speaking during a meeting with stakeholders in the tea industry, Kagwe emphasized that farmers have the freedom to sell the produce wherever they can get better prices and markets, warning leaders against attempts to divide or destabilize the sector along regional lines.
Tea issues are not political. Tea taste issues are not political issues. They are technical issues. It is a technical issue. We have also got options. Na tuambia watu wa KTDA wafanye hivi. We have said the tea market is also open. It's also open on the internet. Wewe ukiwa na majani yako, usikie pale unauza sio mzuri, It is open for you to sell anywhere in the world.
And Sweden Health matters health in a bid to reduce maternal and infant deaths. Health Cabinet Secretary Adan Duale has unveiled a new government initiative that will see all maternity wards across the country adopt a monitoring system. Speaking during the 4th graduation ceremony for nursing students at the Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital, Duale said all health facilities will now be required to submit daily reports and document the causes of any maternal or infant deaths through a digital platform. The health CS further noted that the initiative is part of the government's wider efforts to enhance accountability and improve maternal healthcare outcomes nationwide.
The Digital Health Act, it is criminal when healthcare professionals either falsify or fail to report any health data through our Ministry of Health Healthcare Information System. And very soon we are going to introduce into our digital health superhighway, where every facility, including our referral hospitals and our county hospitals, every morning through our dashboard, the reasons you report, and you must report every maternal mortality and newborn mortality in our country. It's going to be a rule. We know how many babies are born in our country. We know how many of them are reimbursed through the Social Health Authority. Now we want to make sure that no mother who is not a patient, who is healthy, who walks to this facility to give us a living, we are told that mother and her newborn are dead. We will not accept that.
Police will be tightening security across the country ahead of the festive season. This is according to National Police Service Inspector General Douglas Kanja, who spoke at the Nairobi South Police Pavilion during a consultative meeting with regional commanders from Nairobi, Kiambu and Machakos counties. The IG highlighted a joint security operation has been launched in an effort to tackle general security challenges affecting the 3 counties and the country at large.
And suppose it clearly depends from number. From time to time come together, discuss and strategize. Yeah, because we must at all times remain a step ahead of criminals. Na tuna imani ya kwamba kama vile tunaendelea mbele tukisonga kwa upande ya sikukuu zetu, Wakenya wote wakuwe wako na security ya kutosha.
And still on matters security, in a bid to tackle rising insecurity ahead of the festive seasons, leaders in Laikipia County have launched a multi-agency platform. The committee, which brings together security officers, community members, and business stakeholders, aims to address crimes reported across the county. This includes sexual assault of girls, teenage pregnancy, and drug abuse. Officials say the initiative will strengthen collaboration between the community and authorities to ensure a safer Laikipia for all residents.
The issue is to ensure that we have sustained peace and security within Laikipia, and that's why we have formed this forum, so that we heed the call of the Cabinet Secretary as a follow-up to the gains that were realized during the Jukwaa la Usalama Mashinani Forum.
Wazazi jameni, tuache mila za kitabo za kugandamiza watoto wetu. Tuache na tuweze kujua ya kwamba eti ukiendelea na hiyo basi ile ufukara itaendelea hivyo. Somesha mtoto.
Tumehakikishia kila mtu na Nyuki Town ama Laikipia County ndio itakuwa number 1 upande wa security. Hiyo hakuna mtu atakuwa na uoga. Watu wa kusafiri, wale wageni wetu wanakuja tauni zingine wakuja na Nyuki.
Moving on, chaos erupted in Naivasha as angry residents took to the streets, torching 2 vehicles, including one belonging to the Nakuru County government. The unrest broke out in Kihoto on Thursday evening after residents accused county officials of failing to deliver financial aid that had been promised from the governor's office. Tension flared when the disbursement exercise led by Governor Susan Kihika and her team was abruptly halted, triggering protest and widespread destruction.
Na zaidi ya yote haya yanaletwa na wanasiasa, kwa sababu wanasiasa wanakuja hapa Kyoto, mtu anakuja badala ya kuja wakati mnafaa, anakuja kama amechelewa. Hizi ni hasira za vijana ambao walikuwa wameahidiwa pesa wakakosa kupewa pesa.
Hao vijana wakanitoa ndani ya gari, wakanichukua simu, wakanichukua jacket ilikuwa nayo na viatu. Wakaniambia tupe pesa tukuokoe.
Mbona mtu akuja afanye siasa hapa alafu gari ya watu chomwe, hasara? Hii tunakataa.
And with that, it's time now for us to take a short commercial break right here at EBN TV. Don't go too far as we've got a lot lined up for you. Kenya has reaffirmed its commitment to supporting the less privileged through a charity initiative held in Nairobi. Speaking at the Aga Khan University, the president of the association, Ambassador Dr. John Kakonge, said the group remains dedicated to helping the elderly and other vulnerable members of society. Our reporter Lisa Koki has more details.
The Association of Former International Civil Servants in Kenya has reaffirmed its commitment to supporting the less privileged through a charity drive in Nairobi. AFIC's President Ambassador Dr. John Kakonge said the association remains dedicated to uplifting the elderly and vulnerable group, noting its ongoing support to the Kariobangi home for the elderly and those living with HIV.
Our core mission is to support the welfare of our members, assisting with pension, after-service medical insurance, and sharing useful information, while also championing the broader right of the elderly, and those in need. This event honors those efforts and is specifically geared towards supporting elderly people in our communities.
Guest speaker including Aga Khan University Regional Director Arif Neki and the African Assistant Vice President Maggie Kochi commended AFICS for leading by example in giving back to the society.
So delighted to host you and really touched by the philanthropic impulse that our members have and all the work that all the organizations on the ground are doing. I think it's extremely important. And one of the sayings I remember from His Highness the Aga Khan, the late His Highness the Aga Khan, is that life is a lofty and noble calling. Life is a lofty and noble calling, and not a mean and groveling thing to be shuffled through as best as you can. So this is the lofty and noble calling I see in your eyes, and I see the light in your eyes. I see that we all want to be part of something bigger, and this is very important for all of us. We are retired from the UN, but we are not retired from life.
Reporting for EBN TV, I'm Lisa Mutinda.
And residents of Mount Elgin constituency in Bungoma County have joined forces in a major campaign to curb sexual and gender-based violence in the area. Speaking after a community sensitization meeting in Cheptais town, local elders emphasized that neglecting gender equality in households over the years has contributed significantly to family conflicts. The campaign, driven by various organizations, aimed to educate communities on ending abuse and promoting equality within families.
We came to this area is because we were sent by the Kenya Red Cross, and the areas were marked as the hotspots of the gender-based violence. Lakini kulingana vile tumeona wanaume wamerespond, because after 3 months of training we came back for a follow-up to see if actually the impact has been there, and we have seen positive reports from the wives, and we have taken the wife survey, and we are going to use it now to have our reports complete.
Kuna mabadiliko kubwa. Wale wote wamepata hii mafunzo wamekuwa na mabadiliko kubwa. Kama hii mafunzo hii ingefikia serikali, mimi najua nchi hii ingepona na watu wote wangekuwa wazuri sana. Kwa hivyo hii mafunzo ni ya maana na itasaidia wale wamekuwa hapa leo, itawasaidia sana, na pia tutakuwa ambassadors kwa wengine.
Mafunzo imetusaidia na imesaidia hata waume wetu kwa mambo ya responsibility, majukumu kwa nyumba. Wamama tumekuwa tukiachiwa almost 100% responsibility. Lakini kupitia kwa masomo ya PBL, saizi tumeona waume wetu wameanza kujukumika na wamejua majukumu yao kama wanaume. Na pia kanisani wameanza kuenda kanisani. Masomo ya PBL haisaidii tu mtu socially, pia inasaidia mtu spiritually.
The National Authority for the Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse, that is NACADA, is calling on religious leaders to play a more active role in fight against alcoholism and drug abuse in Nandi County. Speaking after a sensitization meeting held in Kapsabet, NACADA Board Chair Bishop Stephen Mairori said religious institutions have a key role to play in safeguarding communities and supporting families affected by addiction. He called on the clergy members to use their platforms to educate the public on the dangers of alcohol and drug abuse and to help reduce stigma against those struggling with addiction.
Ama misikiti hakuna vijana. Je, kesho sisi tukiwa wazee, nani atatumia hizo kanisa ambazo tunajenga? Nani atatumia hiyo misikiti? Kama vijana wetu wote wameharibiwa na miadarati.
And to help our people. And in helping with that, public education is very key, and the churches and the mosques have the platform to educate their members so that they can educate the community on the dangers that drugs. And when we talk of alcohol here, we mean the bad alcohol. And so that has affected many families. The third generation alcohol has been a menace in central Kenya for many years, and that we are winning the war there, and these people are trying everywhere else in the country.
And that story brings us to the end of tonight's EBN Weekend Edition. On behalf of our sign language interpreter Lauro Mondi and the entire EBN News team, led by our director behind the scenes, Mr. Devin Jue, and our dedicated camera operator, Sister Rhoda, thank you for spending your evening with us and for always making EBN your trusted source of news. And before I leave, remember this: you are not defined by your mistakes, you are prepared by your mistakes. Every setback carries a lesson, every stumble holds a seed of wisdom. Don't dwell in regrets, rise, learn and move forward with courage and purpose. I'm George Kayesi, wishing you a peaceful night and a hopeful heart and a weekend overflowing with grace, growth and God's protection. From all of us here at EBN TV, good night and may peace be with you.